So it's 8 o'clock and I'm just about to leave my little cabin in the woods here at the NOC. Gonna go up the hill. It's been fun here. It's a beautiful day and a great day for hiking. Thanks NOC. So it's about 8:45. As I said, I just left the NOC. It's a glorious day. Shame it's all uphill, but it's way better than yesterday when it was pouring with rain all day. Now I'm looking up about 45 degrees right there. It took some guys 5 hours to get to the top yesterday. I'm going to see if I can do it in 6. But it's just a glorious day. Probably not much videoing while I'm climbing all this stuff. It wears me out. It's a beautiful day here in the mountains. I've been on the road now for 2 hours. Climbed about 3,000 feet, 2,000 feet to go. And just wanted to show you this. I can't take a picture of it because the sun is directly behind me, so it's have to be video. But this is to commemorate a gentleman called Wade A. Sutton, a Forest Service ranger who gave his life suppressing a forest fire so that we might more fully enjoy our hike along this trail. Thank you, sir. And thanks to everybody that works hard in these forests, maintains the trail, and makes it nice for people like me to walk. Thank you very much. Onwards and upwards. Well, here's an interesting piece of trail for you. I'm about 3,500 feet. It's 11 o'clock. I've been on the road for 2.5 hours and I'm still going up. Completely enclosed by these, what are either rhododendrons or some sort of bay leaf. There's 2 different plants here. There are people that are telling me that our rhododendrons are right, but there's also a very small leaf, like a bay leaf type plant, which smells like the bay leaf you use for cooking. So yes, you're all right. 2 different types of green plant. But we're walking along a very narrow green tunnel, and it struck me how funny it would be to find 200 pounds of bear coming the other way or something, because it's straight down one side, down there, and straight up the other, way up there. And this is a pretty narrow, dark tunnel. So all good fun on the Appalachian Trail, and onwards and upwards. It's actually quite sunny out there if I ever break out of this stuff. Later. Here's another little idea of what the trail's like. In the green tunnel. Came up here, still climbing. It's actually noon, so I started at 8:30 this morning. I'm still climbing. I figured I'd get to the top at 1. I might not even do that. I've only done 5 miles, if anything, if that. And it's tough going, but there is a reward every now and again in this green tunnel, because if you come with me, every now and again there's a little path that leads off of the trail, and you come up to a rocky outcrop and you stand here and admire the view for a couple of minutes, and that's your reward. And what a view. And I'm sure when I get to the top it's going to be even better. It can't be that far now. Later. What a beautiful day. Well, at last I made it to Sassafras Gap Shelter. For the record, it took me 5 hours and 15 minutes from the NOC. That was a climb, definitely a climb. And guess what? it's straight up again to Chayot Bold, I believe. I don't remember. Probably be a good sunset from up there though. Doesn't seem to be anyone down there at the shelter, so I'm not even going to walk down there because it just means I'll have to walk back again. Been a beautiful day, although the wind has got cold now, got up higher. And here we are. Very cool. Been a great day so far. I wonder if I can get to the top for a good sunset. Well, here we are. Unbelievably, it's 2:45 and I've made it to Chayot Bold. What a climb, 5,100 feet. And it's the bold top of a mountain, obviously. And what a beautiful day. I've only seen one person all day since 8:30 this morning. 5,000 feet up. My second big climb today and my last. I'm going down to Locust Campground, wherever that might be. I believe it is down there through the valley. But hopefully you can see on this video the same thing I can see, or close to it. It's just fantastic. Worth the heartache. And trust me, it's tough. It's been my toughest day for sure. It's coming up to probably 8 miles I've done, that's all, since 8:30 this morning. And it's been all uphill. My reward now is to go down into the campground. I would love to pitch my tent here. The only thing stopping me pitching my tent and watching the sunset and the sunrise is the fact that I'm completely out of water. And there's no water up here. Anyway, onwards and upwards. What a great place. Well worth the effort. So I'm at Locust Gap and totally out of water when I got here. It's a beautiful evening and the only water for miles around, would you believe, is coming out of a green garden hose stuck in the side of a mountain. The Appalachian Trail is an amazing place. There we have it, the green water hose coming out of a natural spring, and that's the only water I've seen for 8 miles. And I'm going to camp about half a mile from here. Now I've got back to 4 litres of water again, a gallon of water, which will last me tonight for cooking and tomorrow. And there it is, the green hose at Locust Gap. So here I am at Locust Cove Gap. Only did 10.1 miles today, but it was all uphill from the NOC. So if you're following me and you see this, get ready for it. It was tough for me, 10.1 miles today. Although it was an incredibly beautiful day. There is the Appalachian Trail going north, and there is the Appalachian Trail going south. And I think down through the valley there I am going to have a wonderful sunset. But right now I am all by myself. And it looks like I'm going to be all by myself all night at this campsite. So I'm going to make myself a meal and listen to some music or a podcast or something. But 10.1 today, been fun. The moon is high in the blue sky. It's 6 o'clock in the evening, and the sun is going down over there. Amazing. Unbelievably, I've been on the trail for about 10 minutes and I've got a little bunny friend. He just runs along in front of me and then starts eating. He's quite a cool little chap. Oh well, gotta go on. Come on, bun. There he goes. Well, that was a cool thing first thing in the morning. 8 AM and we're on the road. Just so you know, it's a beautiful day here on the Appalachian Trail. There's only one problem. They keep putting hills in the way of a good walk. This particular one is called Jacob's Ladder and it's straight up. It's one of the toughest ones I've encountered so far. Hundreds of these and there's no side of the top yet either, and I've been on it for an hour. You don't get any idea of how steep it is, only by looking at the mountainside there. I guess will give you some idea of perspective, but that's down probably 70 degrees right there. It's almost all fours, me trying to get up. And right down there you can see a building. That's where I started. Nightmare. But we're still having fun. So it's still Thursday the 9th of March and I'm still walking. It's been an absolutely beautiful day. I'm sure it's 65, something like that. But the wind is still cold, wind and sweat. And I'm just coming up to Cable Gap Shelter in about 3 miles where I'm going to stay before I go down to Fontana Dam tomorrow. So the fat old guy made it to Cable Gap Shelter. I think I did 12 miles today, or 11.9 or something, and it killed me. So any of you people out there think this is easy, you're wrong. Unless your name is Impala. And this guy here is from Manchester, so he's from my home country. Although America is my home country now. And he started on March the 3rd. Second. Which is incredible. That's a 20-mile-a-dayer. And 2 other fine gentlemen here. Fine, upstanding Americans, of course. They're not from Manchester. And Crispy and Pacer, and they're all leading up. And we're one of the older shelters, I would imagine, because it's one of the log type. Crispy is the brave one, because he's going to sleep in the shelter with all the demons, i.e. the mice. And the rest of us are sleeping up here and down there. You can just see the young man's tent down there. And Impala thinks he's got one of those cool Z tents, whatever they are. But I moved it because he had the flat spot.
I moved it because he had the flat spot.
Anyway, we're all going to have something to eat and something to drink. Water, in other words. Later. So it's the start of day 19 and I'm going into Fontana Dam. It's going to be a bit of a narrow 6 miles, 6 and a bit miles. So, and I'm here at Cable Gap Shelter, and we had an horrendous thunderstorm last night. So here we are, 3,720 feet above Fontana Dam, allegedly. Last climb before I start going down is 3 miles down, and this is it. Same crap, no views, cold wind and rain. Don't we just love it? It's all downhill to Fontana village from here. Later. Well, unbelievably, halfway down to the dam, the mist cleared in 5 minutes, and there's the dam right there. And you can see on the other side the sun is actually out, and across there the sun is actually creeping up the valley, so hopefully it'll be on this side by the time I get down there and I'll be able to get warm. But there it is, Fontana Dam, and I guess the lake behind it. Pretty cool. Should be down there in 30 minutes. Fontana Dam. Onward. I guess the upside is no matter how bad it gets, it can get better. So it was a rough morning, been a rough couple of days, and all of a sudden it's a lovely day. We're at the Fontana Lodge and I'm about to take a shower. It's 11:30 and I've got 24 hours to rest in my lovely room with a lovely view. Hiker rates 74 bucks, you can't go wrong. So here we are at a very quiet and peaceful Fontana Lodge. Apparently it's the day before the storm because it's going to snow tomorrow, and I'm leaving here in the morning to head into the Smokies, so that should be fun. Snow shots to follow. Anyway, it's very quiet here and very beautiful. I was standing here waiting for the sun to come out, but I don't think it's going to oblige. But nice place to stay. I'll show you the lodge in a minute.
To 5 inches of snow, maybe upwards of 6 inches in some areas just outside of Asheville. As we travel farther to the south, we're looking at lower accumulations, but now in the Greenville and Spartanburg areas, it looks like we'll at least see some snow early Sunday morning, possibly resulting in a dusting of snow accumulations in just a few spots, and then mostly rain down to the south. So overall, we're expecting a mountain freeze tonight, but then we have 2 chances perhaps of winter weather, not only this weekend, but maybe the first part of next week.
So just to finish off, I'm here at the lodge. It's going to snow tomorrow, but I'm still going to go out into the Smokies. I don't think it's going to be that bad, and I've got all the right gear. If it does, I'm not that far from coming back here, basically. So I'm going to leave here in the morning, so it's just a Nero, not a zero for me. But I am going to have a good sleep here, and I'm probably going to have a steak tonight. That's the end of this video. Next installment, through the Smokies in the snow. Can the old guy make it? Later.